What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Star Wars Black Series Toys R Us exclusive Rey on crate. She is wearing her Jedi gear, well, Jedi training gear, and on the side you can see it does say Rey training gear. Same thing on the back, or on the side. On the back, we have a nice little image of the actual figure here, as well as Rey on crate. It also actually gives us a little bio right here. And then if we actually open up this cover, it is sealed. You can see it has two pieces of Velcro here. We get a really nice look at the figure, and it looks really nice. Really can't wait to have her in hand. And then we do get a look at some of the details. Fabric, costume, premium, character detail, environmental base, and die-cast accessories. Really looking forward to that, seeing how this figure plays out. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get her opened up, and then we'll go into the rest of her review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Rey posing out of the packaging. Before we get onto the figure, let's actually have a look at her accessories. For starters, she does come with a display base. The crate display base is really nicely done. It's done in this really nice red plastic. It has some frosted tips on the base. It also has somewhat of a turbine engine sticking out of it. It's not removable. It does come in two parts and you can peg it in, but it's not the most secure fit. As you guys can see, there's a little tab here, tab here. It's basically just held there by friction. It doesn't really tab in. And of course we do get a little peg for Rey to stand on. So that's pretty neat that we do get a display base, much like the Starkiller base set that we got last year. On to Rey herself. Let's continue having a look at her accessories. She does come with the same staff that we saw with the original release with Rey. In fact, let's actually bring it out. Aside from a slight coloration, there's really not much to talk about here. You can see this one's more of a gunmetal, but it has like a tan, almost golden strap, while this one right here has a brown one. The wraps are like a beige, white, and off-white, so they do stand out a little more than these ones. But they are relatively the exact same accessory, and they do go over Rey's shoulder if you really wanted to. So there's that. Her next accessory is her lightsaber, although not technically hers. She does end up using it in the movie. Now, if we can just bring out the previous lightsaber that we got with Rey, you can see there is a little bit of an update with the paint. This is the one that came with the original release for Rey. This is the one that we got with the display stand, and you can see the paint is a little bit better, especially right here on the red dot. Looks really nice. Moving that off to the side so we can move on to Rey's final accessory. She does come with her blaster. Now, it is a little difficult to get into the holster because it isn't plastic. Now, let me just get this gun out so you guys can see. This is not plastic. This is actually die cast. You can even see this one has a little more sharper detail on it, but this one does have a little added paint. Now, something to note is that this one does have the trigger guard molded out, while this one has the trigger guard molded as one piece. I'm pretty sure they did that because this is one solid piece and they didn't want to cut into that because it would be a little bit tricky. And as you would suspect, because it isn't molded to house her finger, you really can't get her finger through the trigger guard, which is a little bit unfortunate. Rey's final accessory is this unignited lightsaber. Now, just like with her gun right here, it is die-cast metal. So if you're wondering what the difference between this lightsaber hilt and this one is, the simple answer is that this one is plastic, this one is die-cast. And I've already tried. You cannot put the igniter on this one. Let me just go ahead and show you guys really fast, just so you can see. The igniter does not go into this one, so this one's mainly going to be used as a prop piece. Not really going to be used as actual lightsaber, which is a little unfortunate, but I can kind of see why they went this route. So let's just go ahead and tab that in. So that's all the accessories that Rey comes with now. Let's actually just pan the camera out just a little bit. So we're going to stand Rey here. And this is the first issue Rey that we got with the Last Jedi single carded figures. And overall, I think I prefer this one, although the cloth on this one does seem to be a little bit thick. And you can see where this one has it bunched up. This one has it laying flat for her low dressings. So between the two, I kind of like this one a little more just because she doesn't seem as bulky. But there is a catch-20 to it that the robes sit too flush on her. From what I can see in the images, the robes are a little loose on her. This one's sitting a little tight. So there is that. And if we can just move the camera onto the face. Something to note is that this new Rey does have somewhat of a, I want to say, orange hue to her, where this one has just the peach color. This one's a little more exaggerated. And you can really see it right here in her neck, how red that is. I don't know if that's just because the effect they're going for with the crate stand, or if it's just the way they decide to make her. I do think it is a little harsh, even under my lights, so if you think that it's just my lights, no, it is quite noticeable, even without my lighting. You can see she even has a little scratch right here, something that might be there, and I did point that out when I was reviewing this figure, that there was something on her arm, so I think maybe that is part of the movie. Moving on to some more differences. This Rey's wristband is actually painted in, where this one is just one color. And you can see even the wrapping is different. This one has like a wash effect going on it. This one's just straight plastic. Lower torso is the same, although the color in the plastic is different, so there is that. Overall, I'm really happy with this Rey that we just got. So she might actually be taking up the spot in my display. Now moving on to her articulation, she does have the standard Black Series articulation. She does have a ball joint in the head. She can look left, right, up, and down, and that's just on the ball joint. We do have a hinge which lets her look down. Just like with the previous release, she really can't look up because her hair butts up in the way. So we really just get a downward motion. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. Do a full 360, and just like with the previous figure, they do jet out at an angle, so that is a little unfortunate. She does have a single joint in the elbow, as well as spins at the elbow. For her left hand, she does have an in and out hinge for her wrist. For her right hand, she has an up and down hinge, which works really well. She does have that ball joint in the torso, you can see works pretty well. Might use that to my advantage to bunch this up a little more, but we'll see what that looks like. But we do get rotation there, up and down crunch, which isn't the best, but it is there. No waist swivel, that is all just actually, you know what? Maybe she might have a waist swivel under here. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to double check. Legs do go forward, back, and out to about that far. She does spin at the thigh. She is double jointed in the knee. No boot cuff rotation, but we do have a hinge which goes forward and back, as well as forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, really nice looking figure. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have the Toys R Us exclusive Rey posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like this figure, and I really do like the fact that we have been getting these exclusive figures at retail. Now, unlike last year where Kmart got the Starkiller base figures, the display figures are going to be available at Toys R Us, Target, and Walmart. Toys R Us got Rey, Target has Luke, Walmart has Kylo Ren with the throne, and I'm really looking forward to picking up that Kylo Ren. Luke I might pass on, although I might pick him up depending if I like the way it looks. But if this Rey is any indicator, I am really going to enjoy those figures so much. And just like I suspected, I actually did bunch up her robes a little bit, and it looks a lot better now. I did pick this figure up at Toys R Us, and she is running you about $35, so it comes out to about $37 with tax. That's a pretty good deal, considering that last year They were about $30 as well, so I guess it's a really good bargain for these guys, especially if you pass on the initial release like these ones, or you just wanted the soft goods like this one has. Either way, you're going to be happy with this figure, and I really do like this display base. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Star Wars Black Series reviews. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments. And if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.